Thokozani bogogo, thokozani bomkhulu, nginibingelela nonke emakhaya etindzaweni tonke nakuphi lapho khona nibhekele channel Sinduna. Siyabonga kakhulu namanje kuphinde sibe khona sitothola lesinye sihloko. I greet each and everyone wherever you are. Anyway, throughout the world, I greet you. It's a nice time today to have another opportunity to deliver another topic for today. I've got another very interesting topic today that I want to talk about. Nibingelela koline bingelela umafavuke njengedangamane nibingelela umtulu kamakereta nankarantima utula nyama senkopolo ningayibona izaca kodwa ucule mafutha amgadlela kandaba inyanga mthakathi ngiyanibingelele kenzaweni tonke umkhulu Themba Silindza etingudle tonke tekuchumana sikubingelela ku channel yenu Sinduna. Ungakhohlwa ke ukuthi usubscribe kuyo le channel Sinduna. Subscribe to this channel Sinduna, subscribe to the channel Sinduna. Ya namhla ke sikhuluma ngesihloko lesinye sikhuluma ngebalozi. Abalozi abantu bayathanda bathi hey yokushaya ngesigubhu sebalozi. Ya sikhuluma ngebalozi namhla ukuthi yini ibalozi. As I have spoken with other spirits, and we are going to still speak with other spirits, and I've written about this topic, Abalozi, maybe 4 years or something ago when I wrote about Abalozi. Abalozi, they are also a spirit like Sebungoma, like all other spirits that I've spoken about all of them before, and I try to differentiate between the difference between the Tonga and the difference between the Tonga and also Idlozi. But now I'm talking about the Abalozi. Abalozi, Lidloti. It's not Tonga, it's a spirit. Abalozi, it's a spirit, as I've said. I've made a difference. But every spirit that I've said before emanates from different type of people, from nations. Every spirit, they are associated to certain people. It originates to certain people. That I've said before concerning Amandawe, that Amandawe, they emanate from Bandawe, Ganjalo, each and every one, Mnguni, they are Nguni people. You can see that all the spirit, it connects with certain type of people. And when you say, even if you talk about Amandiki, they are Amandika. There are people called Amandika. It connects to people because that's where the spirit started from those type of people. Same when you talk about Abalozi, it's not a different, it's a spirit that emanates from Abalozi, the Lozi people, the Lozi, but Abalozi, the Lozi people. And the very same as I've said before, every spirit that, because they emanate from people, it has got its own language. It has got its own customs. It has got its own people. The very same with Abalozi. Abalozi has got the people called the Lozi. It has got the language called Isilozi. And it has got the culture, Ubulozi, where people, they live the culture of Abalozi. Because each and every spirit, when you have got it, you will be influenced with its own culture. When you have got Umdawe, most definitely you will find yourself practicing some of the things that goes with the Bandawe people. To them, it's a normal things of life, but to you, you will find yourself practicing it when you are in spirit. The same with Abalozi. It's a very same thing. You will practice some of these things when you are in spirit. That's why sometimes you can even speak that language when you are in the spirit. When the spirit has taken over you, you can speak the language. I've seen people who are Swati speaking Sindawe, people who are Zulu speaking Isindawe, yet they knew nothing about it. But when they're in spirit, find out the person is Msutu, but now he's speaking Isinguni, or because the spirit of Ubunguni is there. You see, the very same thing that happens with Abalozi. You can speak Isilozi because Isilozi, it's a nation, and like all other. And these people, they used to have their own kingdom, but their kingdom was destroyed during colonization, and some things happened even when it was black on black colonization. We remember that though some such things are swept under the carpet, we normally want to present ourselves as black people, as people who are peaceful, who are not attacking and killing one another, but we have been killing one another. And I know that most black people, they like to justify the spilling of blood when it's done by another black people, as if it's a good thing when another black person kill another black person. Colonization didn't only come with the whites. Even black people have colonized other nations. Even as I'm speaking now, there are nations which are still colonized by both the whites and both other black nations. They even lost their culture. They've even lost their nationality as we speak. The same thing, it happens with the ABALOZI. They've been also persecuted and scattered. That's why they're scattered throughout the part of South Africa, you see. But the other thing that is important is that they are mostly found in Zambia. That's where you will find the large concentration of them in Zambia, next to Zambezi River. That's where you will find most of them there. And they like to stay next to the river and into the mountain because they want to perform. Most of their rituals are performed in the rivers and performed in the mountain. See, so people also who have got the Lozi spirit, Abalozi, they would like to be found mostly on mountain, and they would be like to be found on the rivers. They would like to frequently visit rivers and be next to the river to perform their rituals there. You see, just like all other spirit, as I've said, that a spirit, it must have impande yaso. The very same thing with Abalozi. Abalozi, they've got impande yabo nabo. They've got impande yabo. Impande yabo is the very impande that we call it ligobongo. Banalo ligobongo nempande yabo, less special for them. And el gobongo labo, some it will mix trees from the mountain and mix trees from the river, because these people are also associated to the river. You see, so they've got ligobongo, they've got impande. I've heard some people even speaking on the radio say Balozi, they don't have ligobongo. That's not true. Balozi, they have ligobongo. Some people who don't understand Balozi, they like to mix Balozi nezizwe. Ngesigubhu sebalozi bayimix neigubhu bayimix na yonke into Balozi nalaba labathwele bayimix, like to mix this thing, but it is different. But it's just that most of the time you find that the spirit has been captured by other people to be misused, especially laba labathwele. Some is capture and use it egubhini, but izizwe is something different. People, they can make izizwe zekubhula, izizwe zekuhlola, izizwe zekulapha, izizwe zehlobonhlobo. Izizwe can make izizwe zehlobonhlobo. So izizwe zihlukene from Abalozi. Abalozi is a spirit like all other spirits. Sinempande yaso, sinegobongo layo. Remember that this was a kingdom, and this kingdom had their own king, and the king called Lidunga. They had their own king, and they are most populated in Zimbabwe, estimated to around 500,000 there, or more than 500,000 in Zimbabwe, but they have spread throughout the southern part of Africa. You will find them even here in South Africa, but they also had a large number of them that is found in the northern part of the Botswana, and some even in the top part of what is called South Africa. You see, you can find them, some they've integrated and mixed with the Bapedi, with the Botswana, with the Basotho. You see, and their language, they've got their language. These people, that it's a mixture of Luyana and Kololo, and their language is not different from in northern Sotho, what we call Isipedi. And as some of them, they've been integrated to them, but the people, they also come from top of Africa there. They come to top of Africa from Congo. They come down, but they are also part of the Bantu group. They also practice Isintu. That's why they easily integrate among us. They can live among us because they are also integrated among us. But their place that they chose better to live in, it will be mountain and next to the river, so that they can easily practice their rituals there. They feel very comfortable when they're staying where there's mountain, where there is rivers. They've got their language called Isilozi, they are Abalozi. They've got their own culture, and when you've got that spirit, you will find yourself influenced by that culture, because that spirit lives in you. And we must remember one thing, that the spirit asimngeni umuntu, but the spirit, you are born with it. It's not true that ungenwa spirit, ungenwa nje spirit sangena nje, but a spirit, you are born with the spirit. The spirit is born, and you inherit the spirit from your great-grandfathers there or great-grandmother who had that spirit, who were working with that spirit. Then you had the spirit. But the unfortunate thing about Balozi is that this spirit can easily be converted. That's why it has been easily converted to Istunyo. And so as a result, nowadays it's very difficult to thole inyanga nje pure ethi thwasa isilozi or uthole ugobela wesilozi othi mina I specialize in silozi, because it has been corrupted and captured by so many things, especially the church people. They've corrupted it, and during colonization, we remember that it was a time where it was not cool to be inyanga. So people who had spirits, they used to convert and run to churches, and at the end of the day, some spirits were converted so that the spirit will work in church, use water and the like, use his wash, because it was looking like it's abomination or it's evil when we see someone inyanga. You see, it's better these days. These days we are starting to be accepted in different places, and it's not a bizarre even when people, they see you walking with in your tinyanga attire. It's acceptable. You can see them even in shopping center, wherever they are. You can see bunyanga even on TV. It's not like those days where it was like abomination. It was something very bad and evil, because bunyanga was also associated with witchcraft, which inyanga nebuthakathi akufanani nebuloyi. Those are different things. And the other thing, people bayathwala uve bathi basebenzisa abalozi. Ubulozi abuhlangani nekuthwala na yonke lento leyo. Akuhlangani nale group nje abantu sebathatha igroup bayihlanganise nebalozi. It doesn't mix this thing. And the bulozi nabo, it's a language like all other spirit bulozi naye. But balozi, they're very good for divining. That's why they like to use them in churches and capture them. They're very good, and they don't use bonds. They can divine nje. Actually indaba zakho nje, just like that, just like they nakakubona nje. That's why people abanye balozi, they don't like to mix so much with people, because bathatha and inherit ema problem ebantu basheshe baweve ahlale la kubo abe la kuwo ema problem ebantu, and then they start to tell you like that what's the problem, what is troubling you like that. And it's a very cold spirit that can tell people even their names. They can tell you your name, they can tell you your surname, who you are, where you come from, because it's very good spirit when it comes to divining. That's why sometimes they will capture such spirit bayisebenzise egubhini entweni zabo lesiphumeza bhekala eceleni, ikakhulu laba abantu labathwele labanentotabo labafuna kusebenzisa into for their own purpose and for their own benefit, you see. And sometimes they catch the spirits abalozi, but it's the spirit of the lozi abalozi. It's like all other spirit ebungomeni. It's like all other spirit ebungomeni. As I've said, that you would find people bakhuluma kabi ngaso, but izizwe lezi bajanjani, especially even at Boswaziland kuphi, especially things are lesingekho common corner. Sometimes they don't speak well, but because balozi, it's more common among the Basotho, especially among the Batswana, among the Bapedi, even among the Bavenda, you will find it there. So because it's the spirit that's more common on them. So those people who are outside of that circle, sometimes they can speak not good about that spirit. They can say whatsoever they like, because they don't understand how that spirit is and how that spirit operates. And people who have got that spirit, they like iskupu, bathanda kabi iskupu nje. Noma bebaye emasondweni bathanda kabi ukuthi baye emasondweni lapho khona kushawa iskupu, because la kusetshenziswa kakhulu balozi iskupu sakhona. Ebalozi, it likes music, it needs by music. Kuhlatshwe lo music, kushawe nempempe, uthola abantu bakhona noma basesondweni abaye bagaqine impempe le, uhle bashaya impempe lapho yebo, ngoba kwene njani kunebalozi basebenza lapha. And when people have got ebalozi, the person will hear sounds even endlebeni zakhe, kuyoba nema sound le isikhathi indlebe takhe tize timhluphe vele ungathi tiyavaleka sometimes, but uva ema sound la khuluma kwendlebeni takhe. And that person will dream rivers, mountains, nama caves, ahamba kuma caves, and abantu labanjalo bayathwala la ungathi bayasindwa lamahlombe, ungathi kuna something lemsinda ungathi ngaze ashaywe lamahlombe ngoba uyathwala kakhulu la emahlombe ngoba lo muntu lona anebalozi and uma aphakathi kwabantu uthwala le inkinga talabantu kuyefuna ngathi angaba isolated akathanzi kakhulu ukuhlala aphakathi kwabantu and into lemento athathanze kuba yi1 angathanzi ukuhlala abantu it's because uma akubantu ukhera lamabheden letinkinga tabo bese soqala soyevu kungathi ngabe sobatshela tindzaba tabo and lesesikhathi isituation uthola ukuthi ayivumi ukuthi angaqala manje bese sowutshela abantu tindzaba tabo kodwa nje that's how it happens bayithanza impempe bayithanza bathwala kakhulu and bayathanza kakhulu emaphupho abo bajulile emaphupheni and bathi babona into tikutse from lapha bakutshele tindzaba nje bangisho ukuthi sometimes abadzingi nemathambo ukuthi into batibona nje sharp because definitely it's a good spirit and very good spirit for ukuhlola and this is the thing that happens kubolana they like music isigubhu and ignite kakhulu bathande impempe kuve impempe ishaywa bayakujabulela lokho kakhulu kuva into lenjengale and ema colors akhona lasebenza kakhulu kubalozi usebenza ired usebenza iwhite usebenza iblue ired iwhite neblue lawo ngemakhala kakhulu lathanda kusebenza kubalozi lawo ired ne-white ne-blue you see so but the thing as I've said ukuthi one of the challenges that most of the spirit was highly converted and it's very rare now very difficult to find a pure inyanga that practice purely the purity of Abalosy because Abalosy it's a pure spirit like all other spirits. All our spirits, they are good and they are holy. You know, angwele onke ma spirit without talking about bandawe. Then man bese ba mix ke bathwala bahlanza naloku. That is those people who does that, but the spirit is pure. So this is one of the spirit that works ebunyangeni as I've said ukuthi is a spirit in a language yayo, in a culture yayo esuka from the people called Balozi as we know ukuthi once wafakwa ba ukhunywa ngespirit sebantu kunywa ngebantu labakhona lapho that's why sinebatswana sinebesuthu sinebavenda sinebaronga ngobe kunywa ngebantu and there abantu sinabathwa bonke nakhona kungako sina abalozi and kune language isilozi kunesiko labo ubulozi and banempande yabo lebayidlako nabo abalozi bayidla impande yabo and they are part of the Bantu people integrated upon us banenkosi yabo banebukhosi babo the language it's not far different from the northern Sotho I mean say isipedi that's how they like to live in the river they like to live in the mountain especially to perform their rituals because most of their rituals are performed in rivers and they are performed in the mountains so same as ligobongo labo you'll find trees in the mountain you'll find trees in the river when you mix it gobongo beligobongo labo likhona and liyafanele ukuthi nangabe unebalozi ulidle phela ligobongo labo uzojabulisa lo moya lo nawo uludle ungapheki bese usebenzisa tiwasho kuphela ngoba lo moya lo unempande yawo uyayidzinga impande ungeva abantu abathi awunampande awunagobongo no ikhona ligobongo ikhona impande yale lidloti leli esikhuluma ngalo ikhona nje kakhulu so thokozani bantwana bethongo thokozani bantwana bedlozi ngithi qamago thank you very much everywhere you are and siyavalelisa umtukulu kamakretane hankaranti mawudula nyamba senkopolo ungayiboni kuzaca ukuthi ugcwele mafutha umgadlela kandaba inyanga mthakathi umkhulu Ben Themba sinza ngiyavalelisa ngithi ningakhohlwa ke kusubscribe ku channel yethu wemaningi ema topic letako channel yethu siyinduna subscribe kuyo nangabe une problem ungakhohlwa ungasabi ukusifonela 0828027931 0828027931 ungakhohlwa ukuthi nawe sesiyahlola even online over the phone ikakhulu laba kutse kakhulu those who are far we can do that for them but if you are not far it's preferable that you still can come it's more nice that we do things the old way yeah so that we sikhuluma sicoca and sikhulume sibone ukuthi what's the way forward. So you can contact me for any time when you need help. Siyavalelisa kinonke emakhaya nato tonke tindzawo. Nakuna anything you want to know more about Abalosy, it's a very good spirit. Ikakhulu ekuhloleni. Siyathokoza nini basembo, siyathokoza nini nonke etindzaweni tonke siyinduna.